Raleigh, Milwaukee. Want to hear it again?
Nah. Check received. Tell him it's a pleasure to do business. Oil him up a little. Next.
Hobson, Cleveland.
That can wait till I get back from Chicago. You sure my bag's packed?
I called the apartment.
Okay.
Jacob, San Diego.
We'll give it to him. 50,000.
Getting 80 from Oakland.
It's different here. This guy stuck with me when I went under. He gets it for 50.
What was that last?
Oh, shut up.
Better pull over.
What?
Pull over.
We'll be late.
It'll be 90 days late if you don't.
Now, when we get on the plane, we can go...
Excuse me for being pertinent, but I think it's your house that's on fire.
What?
Wait a minute, you can't go in there.
Who's gonna stop me?
Keep out.
Keep out nothing. I got a kid up there.
I wouldn't worry about your child, Mr. Jennings. I think he'll pull through.
Pull through what?
He's locked himself in the bathroom. There is now water on 5 floors of this building. They'll have to chop the door down, Brazilian mahogany. You're a wonderful tenant in many ways, Mr. Jennings, but after all, how much can one take? Every other day there's something. Things flying out of windows, smoking incinerators. Last week, our entire telephone system went out of commission.
I pay for everything, don't I? Take it up with my lawyer.
The Beverly Carlton has a reputation to
Look,
uphold, and I will
if you don't pipe down, I'll buy this joint and make you the janitor. Let's go.
Oh, Mr. Jennings! Mr. Jennings, we never packed your bag.
Look what she cries about, for Pete's sake.
started.
Well, where was the nurse?
She was out this morning.
That's the third one this month.
If he's drowned, I'll never
Anna, stop
forgive
it.
myself.
Take it easy, will you?
Oh, God.
Get him into some dry clothes, and I'll take care of you later.
Okay, I'll wait for you in my bedroom. They almost chopped the hole in the door.
All right, Gus, now let's get this settled. Now, you're no baby. You know better than to pull a stunt like that.
He's eating, Mr. Jennings.
He can listen while he eats. Eat. Cut it out! What's the matter with him, anyway? Does this go on all the time? Now, come on, eat your food.
I don't like it.
Gus! All right, you don't like potatoes. What do you like?
Peanut brittle.
Well, you can't eat just peanut brittle.
Why?
Well, because candy isn't good for you. It makes holes in your teeth.
Why?
Just because, that's why. Now, look, you gotta knock off doing these crazy things. Like last week, climbing way up on the roof. Don't you ever stop to think you could hurt yourself?
Daddy,
What?
how high is up?
How do I know? Now, come on and eat.
You eat with me.
No, I can't. I gotta go to Chicago.
I don't want you to go.
I gotta go right now. I got a deal on. I'll bring you back a toy airplane.
I don't want a toy airplane.
Okay, what do you want? Gus, what's the matter with you? How do I stop this?
Candy,
Here, eat this. You don't have to eat dinner. Just
You
eat
go,
this.
Mr. Jennings. You'll miss your plane.
Oh, all right, Anna. Do the best you can, will you?
Well, how is he?
Don't ask. We got just 28 minutes to make that plane. Round up another nurse.
There aren't any more nurses. We've been over this before. The agencies won't even talk to me.
That's your problem. I'll be back Friday. You know, I'm getting kind of worried about that kid. What can I do?
I can tell you. You ought to get married.
I was married, remember? Thanks.
Keep the home fires burning.
That won't be any trouble around here.
What are you doing?
Trying to get someone to take care of you. Should be calling more than laws.
Hi.
Well, you finally made it.
Now, what's this all about?
I was afraid you didn't get my
Oh,
telegram.
come on, Ivy. Get to the point. We had a 10-hour tussle in Chicago and a bad trip back. I want to change. Get to the office.
It's about Gus.
What now?
I told you I couldn't get a nurse, and I couldn't, so I stuck him in school.
At his age?
It's a nursery school. Kids come in the morning, even take naps. He doesn't get home till 3:30, and Anna can manage from then till bedtime.
Well, do they know about Gus and other kids? He might kill them all in a week.
School's willing to take that chance. I asked around a lot, and this is the best. So it's not Stanford.
If you say it's okay, it's okay. Get rolling.
Hold it. You're not going anywhere. You've got to go in and enroll him.
I thought he was in already.
A child has to be enrolled by his parents.
Oh, that's a lot of malarkey. They can check my bank account.
Listen, we were lucky to get him in this school. If you want him to stay, go through the motions. Otherwise, you can start calling the agencies.
All right, all right. Don't get your steam up. Wait for me.
Ask for Miss Marble.
Can you drop me at my office?
Sure.
Miss Marble. Miss Marble. Miss Marble.
May I help you?
Oh, I was just trying to catch Miss Marble's eye.
That's not hard. I'm Miss Marble.
Oh, well,
Oh, that's Mrs. Paulman, my assistant.
Oh,
You must be Mr. Jennings.
yeah. I don't see my kid around.
He's in the playhouse out there. He doesn't mix much with the others yet.
Oh.
Won't you come in, please?
Yeah, sure.
Will you sit down?
No, that's okay. I'm in a hurry. What do I sign?
Well, I think there's something we ought to discuss first. It's about the tuition.
Look, I know my kid's a tough nut, and you're gonna put the bite on me for plenty. Charge whatever you want.
Very well. Now, there's some information I'll have to get. First of all, age.
Little over 5.
No, I mean yours.
Mine.
If you don't mind.
I think you've got it a little wrong, Miss Marble. I'm not going to this school. My kid is.
I think you've got it wrong, Mr. Jennings. You see, the parents are as important here as the children. I explained to Miss Tolliver that every parent pledges at least one day a month to work here at the school with the children. We call that participating.
Look, lady, that's nice and educational, but I'm a busy man. I haven't got time to participate. I don't have to come here to learn anything about my kid. I'm his father. I know all about him.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you know why he has tantrums? And why he can't play with the other children? And why he breaks everything he touches?
Miss Marble, I thought I was putting my kid in a school. Me, I'm too old for schools. So we better just drop the whole thing, huh?
Just as you like. I'm glad we talked it over. Yes?
Sorry to interrupt, but it's Judy. Gus hit her with a shovel, cracked the skin.
And I'm sure he didn't mean it. Gus is new here, and I'd like you to forgive him and be friends. It's probably just an accident. Sometimes we all do things we don't mean.
I never do.
Well, maybe you just don't remember. Now we'll put a Band-Aid on it. I asked Gus if he wouldn't like to help, but he didn't seem to be quite ready. Well, Gus, you've changed your mind. That's fine. I always have a very hard time getting the gauze off. They always stick the tape to the gauze so tight.
He doesn't know how to do it.
Oh, yes, he does. It just takes a little time. You watch. He'll get it off fine.
What's here, too?
Oh, all right. There, that's better. Now the other one. Well, thank you, Gus. That was a great help. Now, Judy, you can go back out and play. You too, Gus. Oh, Gus. You forgot your shovel. I think you'll need it for your digging.
I don't want it.
That's all right, Gus. I hope you're not upset. We're used to these things. Only I'd rather you didn't take Gus home right now. He might feel it's a punishment for what he did. Let him play out the day and then just don't bring him tomorrow.
You win. He stays in his school.
This is not a contest. Are you sure it's what you want?
Yep.
Then your parent participation day will be 3 weeks from Wednesday. And I'll inform you of the next parents' meeting. Now, if you'll sign this rather sketchy document, we'll be in business.
Mr. Jennings wants to see you right away, Miss Tolliver.
Did you ring for me?
Hey, Ivy, I thought I told you to cut this guy to 2%. What's the matter? Can't you type anymore? When I tell you something, I tell you something.
Don't get big shot with me. I knew you way back when. And don't bark at me in front of the new girl.
Okay. Get the Snyder file ready. I got a meeting here tomorrow.
You've got a meeting all right, but not here. What do you think I write things down for?
Oh, don't tell me.
You said 3 weeks ago to keep the day clear.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to cancel it.
Oh? I got the idea Gus was doing so well. Just as you say.
Yeah, just as I say. As a matter of fact, I'll handle it. Send one of those, about 4 of these, 12 of these, 12 blocks, 8 of these, about 2 of these. Got any more of these cars?
Yes, we have.
Okay, send along about 2 of those.
Thank you.
That'll do it.
Mr. Jennings?
Morning.
You'd better take over now. There's still a 20-foot wading pool downstairs.
Hey, what is this?
You Mr. Dave Jennings?
Yeah, this junk doesn't go here. It was supposed to be delivered to the Playtime School this morning.
I know, sir, but the lady there wouldn't accept it. Told us to bring it all over here. So I'm going to give you this.
She might get something started with the clay.
Oh, well, Miss Marble, I really don't...
Get the clay out.
I know.
It's in the can.
Oh. Swell.
Hey, for help.
What are you building down there?
I'm just making a camera.
Know what this is? Hmm?
What is it?
It's a dog.
That's right.
Betcha.
It's not a dog.
What do you mean?
It's a cow.
All right, so it's a cow.
It's nothing.
Hey, don't eat clay.
Why?
Doesn't taste good.
Then two.
Doesn't hurt.
Then two. Here, taste some.
Well, cheers.
Is that him? Yep, that's him, all right. Come on.
So then Robbie Rabbit went to Dobbin's house and said, Mr. Dobbin, I've looked all over, but I cannot find my tail. Have you seen it? Nee, said Dobbin, but I would gladly lend you my tail for a day or two. Thank you, said Robbie Rabbit. And he put on Dobbin's tail and walked down the road feeling dressed before and behind. On the way, he met Goosey Lucy. Goosey Lucy. He met Goosey Lucy, who shrieked when she saw a rabbit with a horse's tail and ran away, honking her honker. Next, he ran into Ducky Wucky. Okay, so a couple of pages stuck together. He ran into Snap the Snail.
Going home time.
What?
I didn't mean to.
Now, Mr. Jennings knows that, Tommy. You run along, your mother's waiting.
You want my mother to kiss him for you?
Come on, you'll be late.
I'm all right.
Good, I'm terribly sorry. It's always a little rough at first, but don't worry, it'll be easier the next time.
The next time? Come on, Gus, lay off, will you? Come on, get into this.
What's the matter?
Listen, I want to tell you something. Tomorrow we're going to find another school, one that doesn't specialize in making jerks out of fathers. Slide over.
Why are you so rough?
I'm not rough, I'm just mad.
You seemed rough to me.
Just my personality, forget it.
Is Mr. Jennings in?
Yes, but he's very busy.
Well, I'm Miss Marble from Gus's school.
Oh, come in, please. I'm so glad you came. Gus wants to go back to school. He won't eat his dinner and broke 2 dishes tonight. First time in a long time.
And you'd better learn it now. I'm calling the shots around here.
Miss Marble here to see you.
Anna, you better go up to Gus.
I'd like to talk with you for a few minutes if it's possible.
Anything's possible.
You're not sending Gus back to school, am I right?
You're right.
Why?
I got better things to do for laughs.
So that was
You
it.
can practice your fancy notions on some of those other parents, not on me. I'm through.
Oh, but you're not even giving me a
this
chance
get to know your child stuff's a lot of horseradish. Nobody broke his neck getting to know me when I was a kid. There were 8 of us living in 3 rooms. Just a little bit bigger than Gus, and I was out working. I was up to my hips in feathers, plucking chickens for the butcher. And anything I learned, I taught myself, including how to make a buck, and I didn't do so bad.
Then the solution's simple. Just get Gus some chickens to pluck and...
That's not funny.
Mr. Jennings, I came here to apologize for laughing at you this afternoon. I wanted you to know that it wasn't because you were so different from the other parents. It was because you were so much like everyone else.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
I'm just trying to tell you that I know how you felt. The first day always seems impossible. Everything goes wrong. You're clumsy, you're tired. The kids aren't. You begin to hate them. You'd like to drown the lot of them. Till the next time and it all goes better. And the third time you find yourself even having fun. That's when it begins to add up. When you start enjoying your child, you're really a parent.
Why are you so set on keeping Gus?
He's a remarkable child. He's not really a child at all. He's a little old man that's had to grow up all by himself.
Uh-huh. And keeping him in school helps to pay the rent. Now, don't get sore. Why shouldn't you play it
Please,
cozy?
let's not waste
No.
any more time.
No. Look, you gotta understand. This is tough for me. I don't like not being good at something. I gotta be top man.
Wouldn't you like to be top man with your son? I think you can if you just give it a chance.
No, I'm not one of those scoutmasters.
Look, I'll make a deal with you. Stick with it, come again, and if I'm wrong, if you don't begin to enjoy it, then I'll keep Gus in school without your participation.
You're pretty sure of yourself.
Not of myself, of Gus.
Okay, I'll buy it. Shall we celebrate? I've got some pretty good ale in here. Let's have a drink to our bargain, huh?
No, thanks, I'm in a hurry. What's in the pretty yellow boxes?
Oh, it's, just some samples.
Of ice cream bonbons made by the East Side Enterprises?
So you got nosy.
Why all the mystery that day in the office? I thought you beat up people and made them buy beer. There's nothing wrong with making bonbons.
Well, maybe not for some little old lady with gray hair, but a guy like me, it looks goofy. Not that I'm trying to hide it, I just don't stress it. Could I have Carl drop you someplace?
No, thanks. I have my car outside.
Okay.
Hello, Gus.
Hi.
Did you finish your airplane?
Yes?
Well, bring it to school tomorrow and we'll paint it.
I can't. We're looking for a new school that doesn't make jerks out of fathers.
Oh,
Oh, it's all right, Gus. You just got a little twisted. What we really do is make fathers out of jerks. Your homework.
Oh, no. It's very funny. Get me Miss Marble. Hello?
Hello?
Say, those books arrived.
They did?
Yeah, I just been looking at one. It starts way back before the kid's born. I don't need advice on morning sickness.
We'll start with the chapter on what makes him tick.
Oh, but I got barely enough time to read the sports page.
You just try.
Well, all right, I'll take a crack at it.
Oh, Mr. Jennings, would you mind if the children paid you a visit this afternoon?
You mean the whole mob of them over here?
Oh, don't worry, I wouldn't let them come alone.
Oh, well, if their teacher came along, I guess they would behave. Might be, kind of educational. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Eastside Enterprises. Just a moment, please.
Hello, Ivy.
Hello. Eastside Enterprises. Just a moment, please.
Gus is coming over with his class today to visit the plant.
You don't say.
Yeah.
I gathered someone was coming.
Well, you know, it's an important thing with kids seeing what their fathers do, where they work, all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. Gives them a mental picture, sort of.
And I don't suppose you'll have time to go over these foster contracts. They've been hounding me for them.
Oh. Well, maybe I better go. Yeah?
They're here.
Okay. I'll, just leave it to you, these contracts. Whatever you say. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Hello there.
Mr. Jennings.
How are you?
The children are absolutely thrilled.
Well, I guess we should have done this sooner. Hiya, Gus. How you doing?
Is all this yours, really?
Sure. That is, it's ours. Yours and mine.
If it's ours, can I take them all down there?
It's a deal. Hey, Tim, show the kids the works, will you?
All right, kids, come on.
Follow me.
Where's Miss Marble? I thought she was coming along today.
Oh, no, this is discussion day. She meets all the parents.
Well, how about me? I'm a parent.
Well, you took time to do this, and she didn't think you'd want to come to the meeting, too.
Oh, that's a goofy way to run a school. Hey, Tim, see that they get plenty of samples, huh?
Okay, Mr.
Say that powwow, that meeting, when is it?
4 o'clock.
Oh. Well, come on, I'd like you to try a couple samples.
All right.
Come on, gang, help yourselves. Hi, sorry I'm so late.
I'd like to take up this business of our kids calling.
It's almost over. It's just getting started.
No. Frankly, we don't know how to handle it.
But if we think it's important enough, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't have some further discussion on the subject. After all, it's been over a month, and a child can pick up an awful lot of new things in a month. Why, only yesterday, my little Luther said 2 of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Well, with my Shirley, it's nothing new. It's the same old trouble. Dirty words.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, for instance, lately she's been calling me an old garbage can.
Well, pay no attention. She'll forget all about it. On the other hand, take my Luther.
Oh, well, she'll forget about it, but she'll think of something else. The other morning when her father was shaving, she looked in and called him an old doodle bag.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know, but she thinks it's dirty. I could tell by the way she snickered. Now, what explanation could there be?
That's the assertive instinct.
Maybe she just doesn't like you.
But I'm her mother.
So what? Read Gazelle. He says you gotta earn their friendship like you would with anybody else. Now, I've got a kid who was through with me. 5 years old, and he was through with me already. Now I think maybe he's coming around, beginning to get the right slant on things. After all, we must remember that children are people. Which brings us to the end of the preschool period. So that takes care of that. Now, another thing this bird Gazelle says in the book is that just because we outweigh the kids by 100 pounds, it's no reason to push them around. Now, my old man used to push me around, and what happened? The day I was able to knock him down, I left home, that's what.
I'm sorry to break this up, but we just have time for some coffee and cake.
Thank you.
A very nice talk.
Thanks.
I'd like to borrow that book sometime.
Well,
please.
sure.
Thank you.
You cleared up a lot of things, Mr. Jennings.
Oh, glad.
Very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Good night, Miss Marble. It was the best meeting we ever had.
Thank you. Good night, Mrs. Lipton.
A very interesting discussion, Miss Marble. Thanks to Mr. Jennings.
Good night.
Good night, Miss Marble.
Good night, Mr. Evans.
I guess I ought to apologize.
For being the star of the afternoon?
No, I talk too much.
Mrs. Lipton didn't think so. She says you're the best addition to the parents group we've had since we started.
Well, I love Mrs. Lipton, but I still
And
talk.
Mr. Boardman doesn't think so. He says you make him ashamed, and he's going right home tonight and catch up on his reading.
Look, I might as well admit it. I only read 1 chapter of that book.
I know.
You do? Well, I was bluffing. I really don't know anything about all this.
You know more than you think you do.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have a glass of water handy, would
Of
you?
course. Sure you want water? I'm going to have coffee.
Fine. I'll go along with that.
How were the kids today at the factory?
Oh, I had a great time. I guess Gus will have a million questions about the machinery and everything. Say, what do you do about questions?
Answer them.
No. I mean those ones like, why don't your eyes fall out? And, how high is up? I'm always getting that one. What am I supposed to say? No cream, thanks.
Well, that all depends. Up is different for everybody. Where do you think it is?
Are you kidding?
Maybe. Anyway, when you decide, that's the right answer.
Say, it's a nice layout you got here.
The rent's the nice part. And I like it better than living in an apartment. Have you ever thought of getting a house?
No. What's wrong with the apartment?
Nothing. It's very handsome. But a little boy needs a yard to play in, some space. Why not give it a try?
No, I don't know anything about houses.
They can be handled. Try a beach house for a couple of months this summer. Why not?
I might think about it.
I suppose you and your wife had the apartment before Gus was born.
My ex-wife had nothing to do with it. Do you want to know about her? Go ahead, ask me.
I didn't see.
She married me when I was in the chips and walked out the first day the going got rough. With everything in the bank and a hat full of jewelry. Oh, yeah, she left me Gus. Does that take care of it?
If you had let me finish, Mr. Jennings, I was going to say that an apartment is fine for adults, but not so good for children. Your relationship with your wife is none of my business.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Forget what I said. I must be hungry. I'm always mean when I'm hungry. How about dinner somewhere, huh?
I have a date for dinner.
Well, now, look, I said I was sorry.
No, I really do have plans.
Okay. I was just trying to make conversation. Good night.
Looking for someone, sir?
Oh, no, I just happened to be passing by.
You plan dinner?
No, drink will be fine, thanks. Scotch and water, please. I couldn't make out who it was, that light behind you.
Isn't it funny, both of us ending up in the same place?
Yeah.
You left so abruptly, and I wanted you two to meet. Mr. Nelson, Mr. Jennings.
How are you, Lydia?
Mr. Jennings is my prized parent.
Well, I don't know about that.
Lydia always sounds as if she collects parents, like stamps.
In a way, I do.
Why don't you join us, Mr. Jennings?
Oh, no,
Please
no,
do.
Thanks. No.
Well, I know
really.
you haven't any dinner plans.
No, I don't like busting in. I got something ordered over there. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You can keep it.
Thank you, sir.
Which one, sir?
The gray 52 convertible.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Well, hello again.
Your cab will be here in 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Where's your friend?
Well, he had to run off to the hospital.
Hospital?
It's his wife. They've taken her to the delivery room. She's my best friend, and I thought I'd take him out tonight to keep him from pacing the floor.
Oh. Come on.
Well, my cab will be here.
Come on. Do I have to write it in blood? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's a nice night. I thought we'd get some air. Maybe I better put the top back up, huh? Your hair's gonna look like a floor mop.
Let it be a mop. I like it.
Well, I'll say this. It's the nicest handle I ever saw on a mop.
How did you make the switch to bonbons?
The guy who invented them couldn't push anything. I could, so I pushed. But don't think I got there easy. In the old days, I slept on pool tables, hustled a buck any way I could. I made it once. They broke my back, left me without a dime. You know, most people don't get a second chance. I made one for myself. And you can bet nobody's ever gonna get in my pocket again. Say, what have you got on me?
Got on you?
I don't generally go around spilling all this stuff to people.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
You know what?
What?
School teachers sure must be on the upbeat. When I went, they never had anybody like you around. Guess that's what they mean by underprivileged, huh?
Oh, no, don't bother to get out. You must be tired.
Who's tired? I feel fine.
No, I insist. I can manage very nicely. Thank you for being so cooperative. I do appreciate it. Good night.
Good night.
I think you'd better go home now.
Go home? That's crazy. I gotta talk to you. I've got a lot to say.
You can talk to me tomorrow.
How often do you think I fall in love? I want to talk about it now, tonight.
All right, then. We'll talk tonight. Sit down. Not here.
Now, wait a minute. You don't think this is some kind of promotion?
No, I don't think that.
And what do you think?
You don't understand. I can't let you get involved in this. It isn't fair to you.
You mean there's some other guy?
It has nothing to do with me. Sit down, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jennings, you say you're in love with me, but you're not. You only think you are.
I only think I am.
Yes. It happens all the time in cases like this. Your child's problem, you're confused, unhappy, and helpless.
Mm-hmm.
I come along and give you a hand, and you're grateful.
I'm grateful.
Everything you've learned gets tied up with me. I represent a kind of security for you, and you think you're in love with me.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Psychiatrists call it transference.
Transference. When we were kissing? Back in my neighborhood, we got another name for it.
Well, the symptoms are all very real. That's what makes it so difficult.
Oh.
But don't worry. It's only a temporary thing, and soon you'll realize that Gus belongs to you without my help, and then you'll be independent and really free.
But I'm in love with you.
It's been a long day. I think you better go home now and get some sleep.
Dad, you open up your eye.
What? What's the matter, Gus?
There's an owl in my room.
What?
An owl.
How do you know?
I can hear him.
What's he look like?
He looks like an owl. Feathers, wings, big eyes.
Oh.
Excuse me. Maybe he's under the bed. Maybe he flew in the closet. Guess he's going.
Oh. Night.
Sleep tight.
I'll let the bugs bite.
Bugs bite.
Bugs bite. Oh, no. Another owl?
No, this time it's a crocodile.
Well, I guess we better get him out of there, huh?
You can't. He likes it in there.
What do you think we ought to do about it?
There's no crocodile in here.
Okay, pal, crawl in.
Across the bay and soon appear.
Good morning, Mrs. Coleman.
Good morning, Gus.
Good morning.
Good morning. Soon the pier was in sight. I see someone on the pier, Paige said. I hope it's Mother. Mage waved a red bathing suit. It is Mother. She's waving, too.
You were right.
Right?
Gus came in my room last night, slept in my bed. I think I know now what you were trying to tell me yesterday. He's mine, clear and free.
I'm glad.
So you see, I don't need you anymore.
I know.
I've graduated. You don't have to help me. I don't have to feel dependent. I don't have to feel anything.
Go away.
Wouldn't it be awful to marry a woman who was always right? Boy, can you make it?
Let's give the engineer a rest. How about a ride on the Ferris wheel?
I wish it was my birthday every day.
Boy, those kids have got iron stomachs.
Which reminds me, when do you want the birthday cake?
After the Ferris wheel.
How about the merry-go-round?
After the clown.
And the magician?
After the cake. Yeah, how'd you ever get along without me?
I don't know. This would be more comfortable with your camera.
Oh, excuse me.
Why don't you get some pictures of the children on the Ferris wheel?
Sure, how do you want them? Out of focus or no heads?
I'm going to take off any minute.
Pass them out to the kids.
On the Ferris wheel? No, thanks. I don't trust those little killers.
All right, I'll take them.
You know, this is a switch. 23 hours a day he used to devote to that business. Wouldn't take time off to tie his shoe. Now look, he blew 3 days last week finding a beach house. This morning he didn't even come to work at all.
Well, he wanted to handle the whole party himself.
He won't make a dime on it, you know. Well, they say love is a wonderful thing.
Hello, Dave. I'm crashing your party. The doorman at your apartment told me about it. I dropped by with a present.
4 years without any present. Now all of a sudden, what picture?
Been out of town. Which one's ours? He's a nice-looking boy, Dave.
Come on, get out of here.
Before I give him his present?
Before he sees you, you don't like kids. You haven't got time for them, remember?
You haven't seen me in quite a while. Maybe I've changed.
I'll take bets.
It's awful noisy here. I really have to talk to you. Why don't we get together at my hotel tonight?
I'm busy.
Please, Dave, I won't be in town long. It's very important to me. Oh, Dave!
Oh, I'm sorry. We were just going to light the candle.
Lydia, this was my wife, Miss Marble.
How do you do?
Hello.
Miss Marble is Gus's teacher.
Isn't that nice? I'm at the Miramar. About 8:30 will be fine. Oh, and Dave, give this to Gus, will you? Tell him it's from his mother.
Don't worry, I'm not going.
What does she want, Dave?
Who knows? Forget it.
I think you'd better find out.
But you and Ivy are coming over for dinner tonight.
Well, that's all right. We'll manage till you come back.
Well, okay. Have Ivy check on Farley, will you? See if he can drop by later.
Hello, Dave. Right on time. Come on in.
Well, old soldiers never die. What's on your mind, Joyce?
Sit down. Take a load off. You're still a scotch and soda man, I suppose.
Never mind.
Oh, don't be like that, Dave. We haven't had one together in years. You look great. Guess you've done okay for yourself all the way around. I read a big piece about you in a magazine. I suppose you're wondering why I asked you up here.
You just told me.
Meaning I like success?
Money.
Sure I do. Who doesn't? We never fooled each other about that, Dave. Never from the beginning.
Look, I don't want to go back to the beginning. I don't even want to go back to the end.
I gathered that this afternoon. So I guess I better get to my second proposition first. Nice cash settlement.
You're kidding.
You know I haven't any sense of humor. I need money. I'm broke.
You got a great sense of humor, but a lousy memory. When I was broke, you took a walk.
We all make our little mistakes. That's why racers.
A nice cash settlement. Your scotch is better than your jokes.
What's the joke in a wife asking her husband for money?
You know what?
A wife. I hope you're not counting on that mail-order Mexican divorce. It won't hold up. Not in California.
Well, it's worked for 4 years.
I didn't check on it before. But when bills start piling up, you look over your assets. Don't kid yourself, Dave. In the law books, we're still Mr. and Mrs.
That's your version.
It's true. Doesn't have to stay true. But freedom doesn't come for free. If you want a real 100% divorce, you're going to have to buy it.
Look, you picked yourself the wrong apple.
Maybe. But it's the only one I ever married.
Leatherhead, why didn't you check on Mexican divorces? Who was your lawyer?
Ask Ivy. She found him under some rock.
Listen, handsome, let me take you down memory lane for a minute. You were broke at the time, remember? You were in no shape to hire the Attorney General. I asked that old geezer who was handling your bankruptcy if it was okay, and he said yep. After that, you were in no mood to trifle with your luck.
Whatever happened, she can make a fight out of this.
Okay, you've made your point. What can we do about it?
You can settle. I'll bet she'll take $100 grand.
Of my dough, I'd burn it first.
Now, Dave, look at this sanely, will you?
Sanely? Look, you're talking about a woman who walked out the first time when Gus was 2 months old. Then came back a couple of months later with a mink coat she picked up somewhere.
She told me she found it in a bus station.
Yeah, I should have slammed the door right then. Took her back because of Gus. That was a big laugh. Then I did a very cruel thing in her books. I started losing money. About that time, she met a guy she could really love. He manufactured B-29s.
Well, if you won't talk settlement...
I won't. Do you blame me? Do you?
Not if there's some other way.
No, there is. We file a cross-complaint and slug it out in court.
Okay, that's it. Can we win?
Well, you've got a better than even chance. It's clear desertion. But once you get in court, anything can happen. She'll ask for custody.
Well, she doesn't want Gus.
She'll have to make it look good. And these California courts can be very sentimental about a mother.
Not after they hear what I've got to say about her.
Do you want to say it all in court?
I've got to.
You'll have to show real reason why she shouldn't have the child. Does she drink? Does she have a criminal record? You just can't stand up and say you're mad at her.
I'll have plenty of people up there with plenty to say. Get the case in the mill. Ivy, contact that detective, the one we used to squeeze the Acme people. Have him check on every move she's made. Find out how many fiancés she's had. And see what she's found in a bus station lately.
Okay. All right, that's enough. You can go now. Thank you very much. We've got photostats on everything. Now, this is Mr. Van Every. Used to work for Western Locomotive.
Yes, sir. Handled the books and fixed up the boss's income tax.
Now, tell us about Mrs. Jennings.
Well, on last year's return, she was listed as a deductible item, along with a dairy farm the boss owned. The cow's got trench mouth or something.
Mrs. Jennings earned the money?
Yes, sir. She was on the books as a consultant.
A consultant? On how to build locomotives?
Well, I guess maybe she made suggestions or helped out, kind of.
You mean you got away with that?
No, sir. The government said it was okay about the cows, but not Mrs. Jennings. We finally had to put her down as gifts.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You can go. Maybe we can get them to do our tax.
Can you climb up on the curb for a minute and sign this?
What's this for?
Rent on the beach house.
I thought we took it over already.
We did. Lydia's taking the kids down tomorrow for a Sunday swim.
Wish I could get down there myself.
What's stopping you?
But the day before the trial, I can't be sitting around my keister.
Why do you think we're examining all these witnesses tonight?
These all the witnesses you got?
That's all, and it's plenty.
I'd like more.
Now, slow down, will you? We're not trying to beat her to death with a stick. We're building a law case. You know what you can do to help?
What?
Get some rest. Take tomorrow off.
Here we are, and it looks like it's for the night.
Wish we'd have brought our bathing suits. Keep an eye on the house.
All right, now, come on, get ready. Take your slippers off.
Why don't you just wear a half a suit?
Half a suit?
Yeah, like mine. Yours is silly.
You wear your suit and I'll wear mine.
Come in. It's Daddy. Hi, Daddy.
Well, hi.
Hello.
Got down early, huh? Where are the other kids?
We decided to come down last night and get things organized. Didn't Anna tell you?
No, I came right from the office.
He was here last night. You should have stayed up here with us. We had a swell time.
We're going for a swim. You want to come along?
Yeah, sure, be right with you.
Hooray!
Come on, pal, this way. Come on, let's go. Quacky. Come on, Quacky.
Good
Boy,
back, Quack.
grab the bucket, and we'll go.
Can you swim clear across the ocean?
Nope,
Why not?
too far.
Well, how far is it?
I don't know.
And how do you know you can't swim clear across the ocean?
Okay, so I can swim clear across the ocean. Come on.
Ah, you're just guessing.
So I'm guessing.
Let's go.
We're off.
Okay, here we go.
Daddy, I ran out of sand.
Okay, pal.
Seconds on coffee. I found Gus another bun.
Gus has had enough buns. Come here. I haven't had a chance to talk to you, tell you how pretty you are.
You just sit there and relax.
Boy, have I been busy this week.
I know. I read about it in the papers.
Well, we got some stuff that'll break her back, thanks. Canceled checks, ledgers, rent receipts on her apartment.
Can't we put it away for just this morning?
All right, get like Farley. So I'm not acting like a gentleman. At least I'm not letting that little con merchant blackmail me.
You're doing what you think is right.
But you don't think so.
I think it's getting dirty and hateful parading all this where Gus can read about it someday.
Well, I'm thinking of Gus, too. This'll be his money sometime. It's worth a few headlines.
Perhaps.
There's no perhaps to it. I can't just toss this dough away. Do you know how long it's taken me to work up to where I am?
How high is up?
All right, maybe I don't know, but I do know what $1 million is. Do you?
I know what 1,000 is. And 10 times, that's the mortgage on my school. After that, it's something I can't see or understand.
Well, it's about time you started. You're marrying me and my money, so you might as well get a little respect for it. It's a mighty pleasant thing to have, and I'm not going to keep apologizing for it.
Look, Dave, if you want me to be perfectly frank, I will. In the first place, I'm not asking you to apologize for your money.
Lydia, where are you?
We're in the patio. Come round the side. Gus! Gus! The children are here.
Hooray! Daddy, come on, the kids are here. Hooray! 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 Hooray!
Get a load of that blouse. She hasn't fastened the top button since she was in 3rd grade.
I'll be right back.
Hi, Farley.
Hello, Mac. Mr. Jennings, this is Mr. McNary.
Hello.
This case is liable to be messy. I've talked it over with my client, and she's agreed to a settlement offer.
How much?
Save your breath. It's out.
We can at least listen. How much?
We don't care how much. They're scared.
No, Mr. Jennings. If anything, we're more confident than before. I think it's only fair to warn you that we have some very embarrassing testimony which we hesitate to present.
Oh, horse feathers.
Now, wait a minute. If the price were right...
I'll handle this. Call your boy back.
Don't be silly, Dave. We're trying to do you a favor.
You did me one favor when you moved out. That's enough.
Calm down and listen to Reese.
You're not going to crawl out. You asked for this. You're going to get it. I'm going to tell him exactly what you are. When I'm through, you'll have the most popular telephone number in town.
All right, loudmouth, the deal is off. McNary, come back here. Find yourself a good seat. This is gonna be fun.
The case on the calendar this morning is Jennings versus Jennings.
Ready, Your Honor.
If the court please, we have discovered important evidence material to this case which we feel should be brought to the attention of this court. We therefore request permission at this time to amend our complaint.
Have you the amendment written?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor will please note that our amended complaint alleges adulterous conduct on the part of the defendant, Mr. Jennings, and names as correspondent to Miss Lydia Marble, a school teacher residing at 619 North Mariposa Drive.
Here we go.
Hi.
I came right over as soon as court broke.
Well, shall we go for a swim?
I don't know what to say.
Everything's fine. Did you see the headlines in the Post? Named in love squabble.
It's kind of rough.
Well, we could always use it for a motto of the school. Have it put in Latin, of course.
If I'd only known, if I'd had any idea, I'd have settled this morning.
This morning?
Yeah, she sent that creep lawyer of hers, wanted to settle out of court.
You didn't listen?
Of course not. I thought we had him on the run.
You mean you could have settled this whole mess and you didn't do it?
Well, no,
Didn't you stop to think of your son? Didn't you stop to think of us?
Well, Lydia, I swear I didn't know they were going to bring you into it. You've got to believe that. I wasn't out to hurt you. I love you.
I think you do love me. But you don't love me as much as you hate her.
That's not true. And can you blame me for hating her, sailing in out of nowhere to make a grab for that dough?
I'm sick of hearing about that money of yours. And I'm tired of that rags to riches story. How you had to wipe the sweat off every dollar bill. How you made yourself another chance.
Well, I did.
Well, lots of people make themselves another chance and they don't go crazy about money. But not you. It's the most important thing in your life. Anyone you ever love will have to run second best to your bank book.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that kind of second best isn't good enough for me, and it never will be. Now, if you don't mind, I have things to do.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
I'm not sure. Maybe out to rent a love nest. Or don't you read the papers?
Now, just to refresh ourselves on the order of events, February 4 years ago, you walked out.
I didn't walk out, I ran. I had to or go crazy.
Because of my client?
That's right.
You found the companionship of more solvent men more soothing.
Objection.
I don't mind answering. I had to think about my child.
Think about him. She couldn't even remember to feed him.
I wanted to make sure he'd have a good home.
Oh, it was solicitude for your child, then, that accounted for your friendship with Mr. Lindstrom of Western Aircraft.
That's right. It just didn't work out.
Now, let's get on. After your break with him, you went to San Francisco, met a man, and began to design locomotives.
Objection. The statement is framed to make my client look ridiculous.
Objection sustained.
Of course I didn't design locomotives. I encouraged him to design them.
Oh, I see. And what was your next job?
I don't remember. I've had lots of jobs. I figured if I could just get on my feet and send for Gus.
Mrs. Jennings, you're talking about a child you deserted. In all these years, you made no attempt to see him.
That's not true. I tried. For instance, I took a present to his birthday party. And what happened? I got kicked out.
After 4 years, this is the only time you tried to see him? I don't understand that type of devotion, Mrs. Jennings.
You wouldn't. You're not a mother.
There, I suspect we're in the same boat. That'll be all, thank you.
Now, to double back for a moment. You regarded yourself as engaged, Mr. Jennings.
Yes.
In your circles, isn't it customary to find out whether a man has a wife before becoming engaged?
Mr. Jennings thought he was divorced.
And you found it convenient to accept his impression on the subject.
It was generally accepted.
Do you still regard yourself as engaged to Mr. Jennings?
No.
Now, as to some of the details of your betrothal, you've heard witnesses state that you spent the night of May 12th at Mr. Jennings' beach house.
I did. With his little boy.
Mr. Jennings also spent that night at his beach house.
I didn't know that he was doing so.
Miss Marble, here are the plans of the beach house. Now, can you honestly say that if you were here, And Mr. Jennings entered here, you could be unaware of his entrance?
I must have been asleep. At least I didn't hear him.
Yet I see you do have very good hearing. That's all. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Some letters and contracts for you to sign.
Did you see it?
Part of it. They used to throw rocks at women, hang them up by their thumbs. After that thing in court today, I'll take rocks.
This guy Madigan, close him out. Hey. Don't you even say hello anymore?
Hello.
What's his beef?
He came home from school today with this pinned to his coat.
Well, you look kind of down in the mouth, partner.
Why did they close the school?
They wanted to give you a little rest.
I don't feel much like a rest.
Okay, then we'll find a new school. You know, I heard of one that's got a slide twice as high as that one at Miss Marble's.
Has it got Miss Marble?
No. No, but there's lots of other good teachers.
Can we go on picnics and things with the other teachers?
No, sir, not on your life. That was a big mistake. You and I'll go alone. We'll have a ball.
Can we play Billy the Kid?
You bet we can.
You haven't even got a gun.
I'll get one.
Okay, you can practice with mine.
Good enough, pal. Thanks a lot. What a weeping. Bang!
As a prelude to the findings in this case, the court must make one thing clear. It is grieved by what seems to have been a deliberate violation of the intent of marriage, the spiritual binding of two people for better or worse. There was no such marriage here. Material issues seem to have been the web and woof from the very beginning. The court finds that the charge of misconduct on the part of Jennings and Miss Marble is not supported by the evidence. As to the findings, since the wife in this case is adjudged the offending party, the divorce is hereby granted to the husband on the grounds of desertion. All community property is awarded to the husband. On the other hand, I am sympathetic to the problem of a young woman alone, denied the child she's brought into the world. Perhaps if the father in this case had proven a man of singular wisdom, I would incline to break a long-standing precedent of the court. He has not. He has shown himself to be a man who, for the sake of his treasure, has subjected the mother of his son to ugly and treacherous testimony. After long consideration, I award the custody of the child to Mrs. Joyce Jennings. The defendant, Mr. Jennings, will be granted reasonable visiting privileges. A monthly allowance of $300 for the support of the child is hereby awarded. Case is closed. This court will now adjourn until tomorrow morning.
Miss Jennings, you have a statement you'd like to make? How do you feel about the decision?
Congratulations, Dave.
What are we gonna do?
What do you mean? We won, didn't we?
This is crazy. We can't let it stand.
$500,000. My desk will be flooded with messages of congratulation in the morning. They may even elect me head of the Bar Association.
How soon can we appeal it?
When Gus gets to be 10 or 12. Shall I start preparing a brief?
I want a drink, too.
Okay, pal.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
My hands are wet. Now tuck me in, Daddy. Both sides, Daddy.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
Don't let... Don't let...
Bugs bite. Punch, punch, punch.
Now, lots of honey. Or would you like some strawberry jam?
Both, please.
Yeah, both.
Telephone, Mr. Jennings.
Oh.
Miss Marble? No, Mrs. Jennings' lawyer.
Yeah. Mrs. Jennings asked me to call. That is the ex-Mrs. Jennings, to be exact.
All right, all right. What is it?
We weren't sure it had been made clear. Legally, the boy must be turned over to his mother before noon today, just so there'd be no misunderstanding. And Mrs. Jennings insisted on my calling. That is the ex-Mrs.
Now, maybe a nice Google hoof, a coffee cake. I haven't made one in a long time.
Is it my birthday again?
I'll get some more coffee.
Well, no, it's not exactly your birthday, Gus, but you got a nice surprise coming anyway.
What?
Your mother's visiting in town.
My mother?
Uh-huh. And she wants to borrow you for a while.
Where's she been?
Well, she's been back east.
Why doesn't she live with us?
Well, she likes it better back there, so we fixed it up and you stay here with me. Only now it's her turn to have you for a while.
She nice?
Oh, yes, she's nice. She's very nice. And there's a swimming pool where she stays now. You can go swimming every day.
Can I take my engine?
Sure.
Okay.
You mean you don't mind going?
Nope. And I ran out of jam.
I'll get you some.
Where's the rest of the stuff, Carl?
The other things I took over this morning already.
You got the cookies?
Yeah.
Now, remember, you eat good. Tell them lima beans you like, but no spinach.
I will. You know what?
What?
I like your cooking best. You come on my vacation with me.
Anna can't, but I'll send you raisin cookies every week.
Come on, Gus. We gotta go.
Bye, Anna.
Goodbye.
Hi.
Hi.
All set to go, huh?
Yep, goodbye.
I got a present for you.
Why? They said it's not my birthday.
A present's a present. Do you want it or not? Here.
It's a dough. It's a dough. This is the best day I've ever had. Carl, I got a dough.
Thanks, Ivy. That was awful nice of you.
I figured he'd like it. But the main thing is, I know how Joyce will hate it.
Oh, you mean he isn't,
Listen, this dog's mother is 8 years old, and she isn't trained yet. Something in the blood, the man says. And another thing, he'll eat his way right through Joyce's shoe closet. I tried him last night on a pair of slippers.
Good old poison ivy.
Have you, heard from Lydia?
No, why should I?
I just wondered.
Carl says we're ready.
Okay, pal, let's go.
Have a good time.
Bye.
Well, here it is.
Where's the swimming pool?
Well, that's around back of the bungalows. Don't you worry, Gus. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
We better go back. I left my diesel engine.
Well, anything you want, I'll see that you get tomorrow, okay?
I want it now.
Well, Gus, listen, we don't have time. Your mother's waiting for you. I promise you, as soon as I get back, I'll have Carl bring over whatever you want.
I want my diesel engine now.
Gus, please.
And I want Anna.
Listen, Gus.
And I don't want to go.
Well, just come in, Gus. You'll see. You're gonna love it.
I don't know why you want me to go. I wouldn't leave you someplace you didn't know.
Oh, come on now, Gus. You're not a baby. You're a man.
I don't feel much like a man. Please, Daddy, I'm not somebody big. Don't do a trick on me.
It's okay, Gus. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay, pal. Don't cry. It's gonna be all right. Yes. You don't have to go anywhere. Look, you stay here and play with the dog, will you? Dad's got to go into the hotel for a few minutes. Now, promise me you'll stay right here and not get out till I get back, okay?
Promise.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Where's Gus?
He's out in the car.
Oh. I guess you're right. Maybe there are a few things we have to settle before you bring him in.
Yeah.
Want some coffee?
No, thanks.
Drink?
No.
I thought maybe you'd like to celebrate your win.
You've won. I'll keep Gus. You can have what you want, half of everything.
Well, this is a surprise.
I'll send Farley over in the morning to see your lawyer. And once everything's settled...
The answer is no.
What?
You heard me. No. N-O.
Have you gone off your rocker?
I don't think so. Yesterday, I would have settled for half, but now the price has gone up. Now, after what you put me through, I want the works. Everything. Oh, maybe not quite everything. I might give some money to Gus, a trust fund or something. If you play your cards right, I might even loan you a few bucks. Get you started again. Who knows, maybe you'll make another $1 million. In return, I'll give you a signed paper, giving up any claims I might have to Gus forever. Otherwise, I want him. Now.
You've got it, sister.
Huh?
I'll have everything signed over to you in an hour. Meanwhile, maybe you'd like a down payment. Oh, yes, you said everything, didn't you? And I better not forget this. There, I think that does it. Oh, by the way, you can forget about that loan. I'll do okay. But I'd keep that cup if I were you, lady. Someday you're gonna need it. Goodbye.
Dave!
Hi.
Ivy just phoned me about the court decision. I know how you must feel, but don't you worry. We'll get Gus back. We'll figure out a way.
We just did. Hope you've got some money for lunch.